October 1st, 1940, Mediterranean Sea. The only surprise in Mussolini's joining his pal Adolf was that it took so long. One of his proclaimed goals is to make the Med once again Mare Nostrum, although Mare Meum could be more appropriate. As a result, Regia Marina has sorted out, and for all that we can say about Mussolini, RM is a force to be reckoned with, way better than any intelligence service is expected to be realistic. Add to that the surprise that Kriegsmarine actually moved a number of assets to support RM, and our supply route to the Asia is directly threatened. Our Royale was sent to counter the unexpectedly early completed Aquila, but as the time goes on, we will send yet more assets. We are Royal Navy, and we will show them yet who the seas belong to. Hello and welcome back to War on the Sea, specifically the Mediterranean campaign from the super mod of basically the Western Hemisphere. So we are not going to be in Pacific this time, but we are going to be in the Med defending Malta. I did have a look at the mod very briefly, and some of you commented that this is a bit of a fantasy mod, and yes, it is so. There are ships which never got further than on paper, if that, or just a smidgen of an idea. But hey, we will see how it goes. Maybe we will. The main thing that I'm curious about is the Med campaign is weird in the sense that it's really just a big lake, and all the aircrafts that existed at the time could cover, especially with sort of the Italy's position as it was, it could very well cover a big chunk of the Med. Yeah, we will see how that goes. Let's me just click through these things. We need to take control of El Alamein, Tunis, which is funny because I can see Tunis here, and it's presumably being held by the Vichy French. So, okay. Yeah, well, let's see. Okay, what are the other rules that we have? Because I haven't looked at them. Port levels 5-5, hostile nations, okay. Gibraltar US forces per week 20, friendly location, port, airfield. Gosh, lots of command points. Lots of command points that we will be getting every week. We'll see how that goes. That might explain why there are so few command points to start with, and that definitely does have impact on the overall strategy. So let's us go and get something. Probably won't be able to get too much from US forces, given the date is a year before Pearl Harbor. Let me get a task force to start with. Let me get this one. Let me get a carrier. So this is going to be one of my task forces. I want to have a destroyer just to deal with the occasional submarine if there is one. And let me get another one, which is going to be a bit slightly different. So let's get again this one. Let's get a 2 town class. When I selected just this for British, it wasn't there. But anyways, let's get 2 of these. Let's get a Kent heavy cruiser, and that's going to be us. We are going to keep too close to the African coast, and with Task Force A, I'm actually going to keep just here, because this is like a full of enemy bases. To be honest, maybe what I'll do it next time. Let me see how much. We have plenty of troops, tons of supplies, even more troops and more supplies. Okay, next step is going to be invading Tripoli and maybe invading Palermo. We will see. We want to capture this, and yeah, we will see how this goes. I'm going to set up air patrols. You don't really need me to watch this. So once I've set it up, I will dial you in. Okay, we have our first encounter, some Italian, well, this is a German, this is Italian, and this is German destroyers. And I have some bullfighters up there armed with rockets, so they are going to give them some hell. It's lots of rockets. I can see that the air collision has not been any better here than ever, but that's the main game problem. I should have sped them up, but yeah, well. And the first attack goes, and the destroyer copes it. And the destroyer copes it some more. That's a nice sound. That's a very nice sound. That looked like a magazine explosion to me. So I would say that at least one of these destroyers is going to have a really hard time getting somewhere. As you can see, yeah, down she goes. Well, it's not too bad. Not too bad for a first. Well, Italians being Italians, they're just firing at everything, as you can see. Left, right, doesn't matter. We just want to fire at it. What I don't understand is why you guys are still here. You're probably going to pay the price for this. Because I've given orders to everyone to get away. But doesn't look like you've read your orders, to be honest. But overall, I would say not a bad attack. It has a very serious list. This one is more or less top down. He's still firing, but hey ho! We'll land them and the ballports and go and attack again. Wasn't too bad with the rockets. Anyway, so we sunk one destroyer. We got even command point for it. I'm not used to getting command points for anything else than light cruisers at the very least. Did some reasonable damage to them, lost nothing. Good. That said, they have tons of destroyers, so it actually doesn't matter that much. What do we have else here? Nothing right now. I've got Dauntlesses flying on this. Actually, right from Gibraltar, I can... yeah, let me get more rocket wielding. Let me get them here. Because I would like Task Force B here to come here and have fun with those destroyers. What do we have elsewhere? Ah, here. Light cruiser. We shall go and see here whether we can sink. Well, there is a light cruiser, so maybe we can sink it. Oh, carrier vessel. Okay. Okay. Arc Royal. Launch. Spitfires. First Spitfires. Well, I don't know whether we will be able to get them there. This is going to be interesting, so let me see whether I can get there in time. And we need to launch here Spitfires to deal with this. I can see planes here, and I don't understand why my... Oh, finally. I was going to say, I don't understand why my Spitfires don't see them. And they are Italian matches with rocket loads. I strongly suspect that these are from that carrier. We've killed 2 planes so far, which is good because they had numerical advantage. We want to whittle that down as fast as we can. Okay, he didn't manage to kill him before he killed my Spitfire, unfortunately. Get him! Boyle. Good. There is Matchy attacking another Spitfire. We'll see whether we can save him in time. I'm afraid probably not. I think that the one in front of us, somewhere here, is the last one. Indeed, this one, which is trying to dive for the cover, but I don't think he will help him. Last one, and down he goes. Flash. Okay, we killed everyone for a loss of 4 planes, which I would say is pretty damn good. And we have 2 German destroyers, and this is going to be a surface action. Here is our good old Good old fleet. Okay, so it's not two destroyers. This is actually a Leipzig class light cruiser, as you can see here. American Navy just couldn't resist getting into the war, especially the aviators, and they already are attacking. Somehow a slightly earlier declared war than the Japanese wanted. If the British Navy doesn't do its job as the country expects, then the American aviators will take care of it. Yeah, very nice models. I think this is a bit too much for sound. I don't think 8-inch guns are this loud. We are shooting fairly closely already. Yeah, I can see it here. I was just overflew. We should be getting a hit anytime soon. I just don't understand why the Germans aren't shooting. Don't get it entirely. Like, yes, we are at 20,000 yards, but let's... well, I guess the destroyer can't hit the 20,000 yards. It's probably a bit too far for it. We actually scored a hit on it. But the light cruiser, I would have thought she should be able to. The Germans have finally figured out that we are there and started firing. Yay! Just about time. We must have seen flashes, muzzle flashes on the horizon. In the meanwhile, of course, we've been hammering them for a while, and we will continue hammering them. Oh, they are getting close and even hitting on our light cruisers, which I'm not that happy about, but, you know, it's to be expected, to be honest. Especially since our dumb cruisers, as usual, are firing at the destroyer, not at what they should be firing. So that's my fault. I kept saying you should be changing from destroyers to all of those things, light cruisers as the first target in my tactics, and haven't done it myself. So my fault. And more importantly, we are starting to come in with our Dauntlesses. They are preparing for the dive, and while it's not as impressive as for diving, say, on the carrier or something, it's still a pretty chilling sight. Air brakes off, bombs off. Nice. And this is the squadron that's coming in for the destroyer. Dive, dive, dive. It's much smaller, much more agile target. We shall see. We lost the Dauntless. We've got scored 2 hits, which should be enough to slow her down and to let us and give us a kill with our surface forces. Indeed, the Leipzig is not looking very healthy. There was actually quite a few dud bombs that hit, but still we had a number of good hits, which could have caused a pretty good damage. Yeah, the destroyer was hit by 3 bombs, Leipzig was hit by 5 bombs and 2 duds. Of course, the question is whether what was 1,000 pounders, what was 500 pounders. We shall see. It appears to me that we are wasting a huge amount of ammunition on this one guy, for better or worse. But, well, yeah, we're here, we want to sink it. The thing is that I've got my Dauntlesses up here, trying to find out that the destroyer, but I can't see it anywhere. So I don't know what's happening. This light cruiser is dead. Leipzig's dead, especially if they start shooting at the Dauntlesses as opposed to, yeah, you can see the Dauntlesses here, and in the usual, I can't think on what I'm going to shoot at. Can I shoot at everything all at once, preferably? They decide to shoot at everything. She has flooded out. You can see her bows being pushed out of the water by the flooding in her raft. It's yeah. Let's sink her, and we will finish the episode there. As I say, this is something which is more of a fantasy because the Germans never ever sent, to my knowledge, more than destroyers to the Med. Keeping them in Atlantic, often not even in the Atlantic, because very quickly they decided that they just can't risk getting them out of Germany. Although in 1940, yeah, but it still might be fun, even though it's an entirely fantasy. To be honest, both of those games are fantasy in one way or another, which reminds me about something entirely different. I've been in the background, let's throw back. On the channel, one of the things that started to get noticed was these pseudo-historical, it was more like historical scenario videos, short videos. And one thing which I always wanted to do was do proper historical scenarios, proper historical animations, with some spiel around that. So for the last year or so, I've been spending a lot of my time with Unreal Engine 5, well, lots of my spare time, which still doesn't add too much time. But I might have something. You might have seen some of the short videos that I did over before, which was with Gato Submarine, and now I already have like a short, almost prepared a short video of Shokaku and a zero landing on the Shokaku, and with that I will probably start preparing a historical video of Kavala sinking Shokaku. These videos will go to a separate channel. I've created Stickman History channel. I will post the short video here, and I might also put something on that historical channel. So if you will be interested in that, do subscribe to my other channel as well, and we shall see how that goes. I'm really keen to doing a lot of videos, but they take way more time than this. Just for example, the short videos that I put in of the Gato Submarine, they take about 20 seconds, and rendering them takes about 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours, and that's just the rendering. Putting them together, even those short videos, took me a couple of days each. So with Shokaku it's even more, and if I want to do it properly, if I want to do it so that it's interesting to watch and not too many weird things happening, then it's taking a lot of time. Okay, and we sunk Leipzig, so that's actually a good thing. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then like and comment would be very appreciated. If there were any problems with the video, do let me know in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe would be wonderful. And in the meanwhile, I'll be looking forward to the next video and more fights, because we've got that carrier there, remember? But until then, see you, and Happy New Year, everyone.